Hey guys, how's it going? It's Flux here. Welcome back to City Skylines, and we're here in Fluxburgh once again. Over by Pollution Point, you can see my new, what I think is pretty elegant, but that may be kind of up to interpretation here. But this is my solution to all of our, you just see this massive amount of traffic coming in from our other towns here to get into Pollution Point. It's really just a huge volume of traffic, and as you can see, we're actually not getting any backing up, really. The only thing that slows them down, obviously, is turning, but in this new little section over here, we have entirely one-way streets all the way through this area. It was actually the best solution I could come up with, and I think that so far it's actually working out really well. The only problem is the occasional large semi-truck that's kind of like turning around and blocking traffic, but other than that, as you can see, they kind of funnel in here on this main road, and they'll split off either this way or this way. We're going to have plenty of room for basically expanding all of this stuff, and all of this stuff will not at all affect the traffic on this side, because this is all going in separate entrance and exit points. So this is all finalized. This is the largest load we're going to get on this area, and as you can see, there's no backing up traffic. So these guys come in here, and then right off the bat, I used the traffic modifier, or the traffic manager, and I basically said that every single turn lane should be a double 2-lane turn lane. That way we can have cars in both lanes utilizing these, and it forces the cars that aren't going in these double turn lanes to stay in the outside lanes over here, which prevents them from all stacking up into one big lane. So you can see them come in this way, and then basically they're going to follow along here, and they can go into these own little branch out sections. We have the occasional two-way streets for these kind of branch outs, and then each little I don't know, I guess it's like a little branch of the industrial complex has its own exit. So this one comes out this way, this one comes out and basically handles all of these factories over here. We'll take out this little exit, and then same with this one going out this exit, and then basically everything else in these back sections all meets up again and then leaves on this main road, which has probably the biggest volume of all of them. But as you can see, even with this mass volume of cars coming in here, pretty much just consistently, there's really no end to it. There's really not a whole lot of backing up happening right now. Our traffic actually is pretty good, and they're all leaving on this one little exit. Now, this is kind of a tricky part here. You were seeing earlier some problems where all these guys were merging onto this lane here. What was happening was they were trying to merge in and then merge out again to this one. And I realized pretty much right away that with all the traffic coming into this one, with the expansion onto this side of Pollution Point, we were going to have just unspeakable amounts of backing up happening over here as they try and cross traffic. So basically, these guys got their own dedicated interchange sections now, which I actually forgot to add the second section to this. But this one right now, you can see they have a turnaround section. That way people coming from this little dock area trying to deliver goods to these industry areas can actually leave on one of these main roads here, make a U-turn. It looks like, actually, the weird thing is it appears they're going to the docks, not away from the docks. I may need to make a way for these guys to get over again to this side of the city. I'll probably make some sort of ramp coming from this side here, so we don't have to actually leave the entire city, turn around, come out, and then come back again. But because that's what's happening on this little bridge here. So anyway, we'll do that in a minute. I guess I did forget about that one part. But for these guys then that are coming out of the main town, or the main part of Pollution Point, they take this little exit ramp thing right over here, which is kind of weird, kind of wacky. It was definitely the last thing I put in, so of course not a lot of room for aesthetics here. But it kind of comes up around this back section and then goes underneath this little overpass to get to this side down here. Now, as I was saying before, we need to have, because these are now operating essentially as two different little interchange sections, so this one has a right and left turn, and this one has a left turn and a U-turn, but this one does not have a right-hand turn, and this one does not have a U-turn. So I'm going to go ahead and put both of those things in right now. Let me go ahead and get out of this mode here. I'll show you guys the traffic map, though. I think it's pretty good. I'm actually really happy with it, considering that this is, in fact, an industry section, which can be really bad. Wow, what's happening over here? Ooh, I think we actually had a bug here, or we had a problem here. I think that we accidentally got lights here again. Is that what happened? Oh, no. What's happening? Why are they stopping? Interesting. You know, I don't actually know why that happened, but it looks like it cleared up now. I don't know why it was doing that. Let me speed this up a bit, see if that's still a problem. Yeah, they're still stopping here, and they don't need to stop. They don't need to well, I guess they're yielding, so they're stopping, but it should be one continuous movement. I don't know why they're stopping, actually. Although they're not supposed to be able to turn left here, and maybe that's why they're making a decision to turn left or right. Ooh, that's what's happening. It looks like we had a problem. We must have updated one of these roads on accident, and it caused that to happen. We actually need to make sure we don't zone on these custom roads, because I think what happens is whenever we have new things grow on it, or if you change these highways whatsoever at all, what happens is you update these roads and it resets their lanes. So we need to make sure that you cannot actually turn left on... hang on, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Wait, no, it's not. Which one is it? It should be this one. It's saying that it's... Okay, that's changing this here. That changes that. That changes that. Okay, I see the problem here. Hold on a minute. There we go. Disable left-hand turn. So now there should be no decision to be made. They can just flow straight through. Okay, they're still doing that because they were already predetermined. I think that was that's like how they work. The agents have predetermined paths before they even come over here. So they're not allowed to do that, but they're doing it anyway until we I guess have the new ones spawn in. So now the new ones are spawning in. Oh, I wonder how many we have that have spawned already that are making that right-hand turn. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be using this little ramp instead. They're actually trying to make a U-turn, I think. Are they not? What? This leaves the town. Ooh, I see our problem right now. So, because we don't have this U-turn enabled for this, they're trying to go all the way down here and then make a U-turn at this little intersection, which, well, first of all, they're not going to have to do that. And they can't anymore. But second, we can actually fix this. Hang on. Oh my god. I can't wait to get my i7 because this traffic simulation is just brutal on pretty much anything. So I wonder how this is going to handle. I think that just in general, this game, it's just really tricky to run traffic simulations at really anything besides real-time speed. If you try and do like a sped up, you just get some major frame rate drops, I've noticed anyway. So anyway, let's try this. Just go ahead and make our little branch off. This is going to be like the U-turn route, if you'd like to make a U-turn. Of course, I'll just do a little ramp that way. So now we have a nice U-turn. What I'd like is to actually have this go straight, but you can't really do that. The problem is we are basically cutting it so close to this little ramp coming in here. This is only one high, and this is also coming down from a one high elevation. So this is about as far to the right as we can put this little ramp here. So I think this is going to have to be how it is, but I think that should solve our problems. Oh, hang on a minute. Are they still trying to turn right? Oh, they are. That's interesting. Let's see if when I speed this up, the trucks that are actually coming this way, which I'm pretty sure are making U-turns from trying to get back into this town from the cargo bay, let's see if they will correct their path and instead just take the U-turn, which is happening right now. I believe that will be the case, although we have to be careful about this traffic merging right now. Let's see. It looks like this has cleared up. I don't see any more people trying to make U-turns on this thing. Now, I wonder if there's a big enough priority to make a U-turn so they can get back over to where they're going. I wonder if they'll actually disobey this traffic manager thing here. That's what I'm wondering, because I don't know why they were still making left-hand turns even though I already had it disabled. That's pretty weird. I don't know why that would happen, but anyway, that's all right. Regardless, we have solved our problem. There's no more stress on this road because they can now make U-turns over here. You can see that was what's happening. They were just trying to get from these docks to over here and over here back to these docks again. Now, one thing to note here, it does seem like this is pretty backed up, but just keep in mind that there's actually no stopping. There's no light over here. It's just the fact that they have to slow down to make this turn in the first place. So that should not really be an issue, you know. Like if you look in the map, it's going to tell you that this is pretty It's like a darker red, I think. The same thing with this, you know, there's not actually any backing up happening, but because there's such a volume of traffic traveling along this road at once, it says it's red, but I think that it's actually not a big deal. I don't think this is going to be enough of a delay to cause any problems in production, and I also know that we are actually maxed out on this side over here, so regardless of what happens, I don't think we're going to be problems with that. And we're only utilizing the first 3 lanes anyway. We'll have these other 3 lanes open for all these guys coming in this way to go to this side of pollution point. So I think we're fine. That shouldn't be a problem anymore. Also, I forgot to mention this. I originally had this as a 2-way road, so they could kind of come in here, take a right-hand turn, and then come back out again. But then their only exit would mean they'd have to all travel from this section over here all the way down and then across the street and then go through here. And that meant there was going to be a light here, which meant that all this traffic would have to stop. Basically, the only reason why this one-way street system works is because every single section of this, every single part of this is one way, so there's no traffic lights at all. If there was a single traffic light here or here or here, then that split second where they have to stop or however long it takes for that light to change would be enough to just back up traffic severely. Now, I am seeing some merging issues potentially through here. It makes me want to potentially move one of these merge lanes a bit further down. I think that right now, by having all 3 of these in this spot is possibly causing problems. You know what? I wonder if we can do this. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can upgrade this to... Oh, we can. Wow, that's a pretty tight squeeze there. I'm surprised that actually works. Obviously, that's not going to work. This could be a 2-lane, though. It might slow down traffic, though. We'll see about we'll see about that. That might not have been the best idea, actually. I wish we could fit this as a highway. I wonder why we can't. Oh, it's just in the way. Well, let me try this, though. Let me try making these into highways. That way... Oop, that's going to be in the way. Hold on, let's just pause this whole game. Let's pause everything. We'll move back. We will delete this stuff. Now, if we can make this work, then essentially what we're doing is we're creating a 3-way merge onto a 3-lane highway, which shouldn't be a problem. I've tried this before in the past, and I have had some problems because what happens is they try to cross the lanes, and it's almost better to have them all merge into one lane versus crossing lanes like that. You know what? Let's try, before we do this, let me just try getting rid of this stuff first. We'll pull this back to our standard one way here. Let's try just moving the second merge back a bit. I just don't want to resort to basically making a highway quite yet, because I know just from experience that creating highways like this, where you're having everybody go into one big highway and then split again, means that everyone's going to try and change lanes at the same time, and it creates some traffic that's almost worse than what we had before. So let's try this first. Let's just keep this how it is. We'll make this one merge immediately, as it was already doing, so like that. And then instead of having this one like immediately afterwards, let's just have this go up. Oh, that's gonna hit that thing, isn't it? But this one has some space, doesn't it? Let me see here. I think this one actually has space to move out further. Ah, yes, they do. So we'll let these guys continue on, and we'll have this one merge early. So this one's gonna literally just go straight to there. There's the merge, and then these guys are gonna come out. I think there's a post there. There is. Okay. So we may have to do this sooner than I'd like, but we could go basically all the way up to that point right there. And let's see if that fixes our problem with merging. Now, of course, no matter what you do, you're going to get some traffic in these merge lane areas because they have to be merging back into the same, you know, all this traffic basically goes into like a one single lane. But that's kind of to be expected, and I'm not really that concerned, only because, like I said, we've maxed this whole area out and we don't have any problems beyond this. So I think it should be fine. I'm not seeing anything too severe here, but I do think this is a pretty effective strategy if you want to try to make an exit that doesn't basically force all the traffic onto one road. You can kind of lighten the load on each exit point by making a bunch of them like this, and then having them merge together into one big exit lane, and then have this lane split again out this way. Anyway, we had one more thing to do, didn't we? Did we have to make... Oh yeah, right. This has to go to the right this way. So let's try and do that real quick. I'm going to delete these for now. I know we need these in a minute. That's all right. I know there's a mod for this box thing. I've gotten comments about that like all the time. You guys really want me to get that like weird electricity box thing. It's like underground wires or something. I don't know. I don't really see a need for it just because I delete all these wires after a while anyway. These telephone lines or power lines, whatever. So I don't know. I don't really see a huge need for it. I can see why it would be useful, but when it's all just temporary solutions anyway, like, I don't really care that much. Now, can we get this? Let's see, how close can we get to that thing? Let's see here, space already occupied. That's fine, though. What if we go from here to here? Seems like a pretty steep lane, though. It's kind of imagining something more like that. Whoa! That's a bit buggy. Hang on a minute. We can't have that. In fact, wow, this whole thing is... That's because I upgraded this road. Hold on. I upgraded the road when it was still a 2-lane. There we go, that's better. So we do that. Now we create our... Hang on, we gotta get rid of this snap tool. I honestly love how tight of merge lanes you can make here. You can make it go pretty much right alongside it, like the trains. In SimCity, it was not like that at all. You had to have a lot of space between the two roads that you're merging off of, and it really just didn't look very good if you did that. So, definitely enjoy this a lot more for that reason, anyway. Among many others. Alright, so we'll just go with, like, that, I guess. I don't know if that's actually what I want it to look like. Seems a bit close, and it kind of makes this little bump, and it's a highway, so it would be kind of weird if there's, like, this jump. You'd, like, hit this thing at 100 miles an hour. Maybe not the best place for that. Can we pull this off a bit further out? That would be nice if we could. Thinking something like that would look a bit better. That's like exactly what we just had, isn't it? Well, I don't know what else we can do though, so I think we're just gonna go with that. It's not really that big of a deal. Maybe we'll create like a bridge. Oh, you know, we should just try. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna save first in case this goes horribly wrong. Wow. I was meaning to go over to our new district over here and start working on this, but this has kind of become a big project now. I want to make sure this is really good, though, because really I didn't even know this until I started playing around with Industry, but Industry is by far the biggest offender of heavy traffic. So definitely want to make sure you have that thing sorted out before you start, especially before you start expanding to the second side, like I will be doing very soon here. So let me just throw down some more highways. We're going to bring this one straight across like so. I like the bridge being higher up like that. Let's see if we can do that on this side as well. Okay, space already occupied. So we're actually too close to each other to be doing this. I think we're actually getting closer as we continue through here. So let me just try this. No, it's actually just the fact that we are already too close together. So let me just try this. Let me just try backing this up a tiny bit. And we'll draw this one like there, and then have it do that. That way it's kind of a bit of a elbow. And then we'll draw these out like that. Let's see if we can make these match. There we go. Boom. Oh, that's perfect. So there are our bridges. Wow, that actually made it closer, if anything. Okay, let's see what we can do with this then. It's like no matter what I do, it's just going to be a problem. Just make it like a 45 degree. Like that. And then I'm just going to bring this back like this. Bring this up. And then make our little turn. And that's going to have to be alright, because there's nothing else we can really do with this one. But that's okay. At least now we know everything is, and we know how this bridge is going to look, so we don't have to worry about that later on in the future. So that's good to see. And as you can see now, I think we're really handling this traffic just fine now with these new dedicated lanes for each side, which is fantastic. No traffic problems over here. Everything's fine on that side. I'll probably go back and make this look all nice with some trees and whatnot. Oh, we want to have at least... Well, let's see here. I was going to make a crossover with this one because I deleted the original crossover. It was causing some problems in this little area. But now that we have a U-turn over here, you can go up this way and then back around again. And same thing with this one. There's not really a reason to worry about that right now because you can still access this side from over here and vice versa by using our U-turns. So not too concerned. Anyway. Back to our new district. So first of all, before I do anything else, I did get a suggestion for a name that I really dig this name. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. This guy, Azoix, it's A-Z-O-I-X. He said we should name this new district Hidden Valley, which I just love that. I don't know. I think it's funny. Like Hidden Valley Ranch, you know, the condiment brand. And also it's kind of like a little valley between these areas here. So I kind of think it's funny. I think we'll do Hidden Valley for this as our new name. Hidden Valley. Which kind of also really does suit the feel of this area right now. As you can see, we got pretty much all of our traffic is handled now. No big deal. So that's good to see. Anyway, now what I did forget about is this line here. So let's go ahead and just make sure we don't forget about this before we continue on with our zoning and all that good stuff. So we'll pull this thing out. I'm not really going to worry really at all about, you know, noise pollution around this. I think that we're just going to have to deal with it. And, you know, if you live... Whoop! Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. If you live near this railroad track, then, well, consider your house worth less money. You probably got a good deal on it, so you can thank me. That's probably not how it goes in the real world, but, you know. Whatever. Okay, so here's our railroad track, and we're going to go ahead and try to make a nice interchange here. Let's see, how should we do this? Well, I think if we do our standard interchange strategy, which is basically to pull this out a tiny bit more. So, oop, that's not going to work actually. That's fine though. So we pull this thing up. The space is already going to be occupied. Okay, we need to go back a bit further then. Hang on a minute. We got this. Do not worry. So we'll do this. Something like this anyway. Oh my god. What? How did they let me do that? That's horrendous. I can't believe that. Okay, well, let's do this our own way then. Let's just make it do its own little... I'll come from like way out here. If we can help it. Oh my god, this is like so buggy because it's like on a hill. Wow, I can't believe it's letting me do these things. It's like no matter what I do, this space is already occupied. There we go, this should work. So we'll do this. God, this is just so bad. Can I? No? Hang on. It has to go further out, doesn't it? Let's try something like this on both sides. Let me just pull this a bit more in this direction. The thing about this intersection is it has to allow basically traffic not only from, you know, coming from this side. Well, actually, you know what? I think if we do this and we just make the standard crossover to double split like this, then we can have traffic coming in from this way, going right or left. We can also have these guys go in and go to the right or straight, and same thing with this one going to the left or straight. So it should be fine if we just do this standard interchange without any major issues here. So we'll just try and mimic this as best as possible on both sides. Not really sure if we can pull this off as well on this side with the weird terrain slopes. Okay, we need to go further back then. So we'll see if we can get... No. Oh my god, come on. Oh, we had it. I don't want to do it like this though, because it makes that. it makes that. What is that? Oh my god. Okay. Let's try this one more time. We can do this. Whoops, not 2 times. Yep, same thing's gonna happen if we do that like that. Let's just go from like way out here. Oh, not like that though. So now we can go up 1. Oh my, are you serious? Look at how far we have to go. Is this a double slope up or what? Oh, that's it right there. That's the one. Boom. Accidentally got it. So kind of a weird interchange then, but that's alright. And then, boom. That's perfect. So now what happens is we can either go right or straight, left or straight, and then right or left. So that's the perfect interchange, or maybe not so perfect interchange, depending on how you look at it, I guess. That's kind of weird, but whatever, it works. It's fine. So, now that that's covered, we got the Hidden Valley named now as well, which is awesome. I kind of want to include this in the Hidden Valley. I think this is kind of part of it. So let's go ahead and just zone this as well as part of Hidden Valley. Try my best to not include the bus depot over here if we can help it. So we'll go out this way and then all the way along here as well. Alright, all of this is the Hidden Valley. Cool. Kind of just cut it in here a bit too. I know it doesn't really matter, but I think it looks cool if you know, make it work right. We'll just kind of give this part to the bus depot as well. Okay. There we go, Hidden Valley. Awesome. So right now you can see that with the introduction of Pollution Point, we're actually getting quite a bit of demand now for industrial. Pretty much everything, actually. We have equal demand for a lot of things now. I think that what we want to do here is further eliminate some of this just mass amounts of office buildings that we zoned in here with some more people. We want to try and increase our population. Really gunning for that 100K. If we can get that, that'd be awesome. Maybe some over here as well. We'll see about that, though. Might just do that on these just because it looks better, I think, with some residential over here. But that'll definitely increase the demand now for commercial, which is the perfect time to add that over here on this side. Now we do have a high-rise ban over here, which is great. That shouldn't be any problems. Ooh, we should just put the commercial along these main avenues. We're gonna have noise pollution anyway. Probably our best bet with that one. I'll just go ahead and pull the zone across. Doesn't really matter anyway. Zone these two as well. Maybe a bit more. Want to make sure we actually have power to these things. I didn't really think about that. Let me see if I can get that jump across over here. We'll see if this actually grows in or not. Do we even have water over here? Okay, we barely do. Let me just make sure that we don't forget about that real quick. I just don't want to forget that we didn't put water over here and then get totally screwed over later. Okay, good. These are growing in now near the power, which means we'll have the power actually being spread, which is always good to see. I'm going to slow this down again while we figure all this stuff out. And also, man, I actually have my new GTX 970 like right next to me right now. But I don't want to put it in until I have all my computer components. I don't know. Just something about that. And also, the real problem that I'm getting right now, frame rate's not even really related to the graphics card as much as just the fact that I don't have a good CPU, or it's not really running very effectively. So this new i7 should definitely do the trick. Very excited for that. So here's that growth in high density commercial. I'm only doing the high density in these areas just to kind of, I'll probably put it in a few different little spots around here. Just to kind of, I want to make sure these are all growing some high density, you know, just like spaced out chunks, kind of like I did over here. I think it looks kind of nice to have main parts of town Then we'll get some more lower density. This will be a big commercial part of town, I think. Lots of commercial buildings living in these areas. This will basically be like the big main shopping center for all of our Sims moving in from these big countryside areas over here. And I gotta say, I've been trying to do some, I don't know, like, I guess research is kind of the wrong word, but I want to know more about how all of your neighborhoods and countrysides look in Europe. I just know that in the US, our countrysides are just really not exciting at all. Like, I like how they look in Europe. You know, they have like these cool little like roads that kind of wind out into like these little like sections with like houses alongside them, and there's like kind of maybe like a little main part of town, and they have like these little dirt roads that go off, and all of their plots of land are all like, you know, odd shapes, are not just like squares. And you look at like in the US, or at least especially where I live in Colorado, it's just like the second you leave the suburbs, there's like little square sections of suburbs, and then it just like becomes immediately like square sections of farmland. There's no real I don't know, dynamic or organic looking shapes kind of coming out. It's all just squares and boxes and rectangles. So I don't really want to do that. I know that I'm kind of combining the city planning styles of maybe like Europe versus the Western world. Obviously, this is a little more Western than European when it comes to planning these neighborhoods. They're very cookie cutter and not organic that much, but I think it looks cool. I think this all looks pretty cool so far. So I'm excited to see what happens with this stuff as we continue on with this. Anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed. We're definitely done for today, but no worries. We'll get back to the new Hidden Valley area and start expanding out in this direction, as well as Hickory Ridge over here, which is going to be pretty sweet. I'm excited for that. I'm really excited to try the countryside stuff out. It's going to be pretty cool. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.